Did you know coffee can be dangerous in certain situations? In this video, I'll explain coffee's real impact on your liver and body. What happens when you drink coffee, even just 1 cup a day? Some situations have risks, so pay attention as I explain why. I'm sure everyone watching knows coffee, so let's skip the intro. Let's get to the point. How does coffee affect our body? To understand its effects, we need to know its composition. Many people think coffee is just caffeine, which is a big mistake. Besides caffeine, coffee contains many substances that affect our body, like antioxidants fighting free radicals, polyphenols as natural anti-inflammatories, vitamin E, tocopherol, and various vitamins and minerals. So, what's the effect of coffee? It stimulates the central nervous system by binding to adenosine receptors, thus boosting brain activity and reactions. Coffee increases productivity, mainly due to caffeine. But other substances work too, acting on the liver, like anti-inflammatories, polyphenols, vitamin E, tocopherol, and antioxidants. But how much coffee should we drink? It's crucial you know this, as many people get the dosage wrong. Sometimes they overdo it, taking too much. You'll see, it can be dangerous. Studies show that for most people, a safe dose is about 3-4 cups of drip coffee, each 200 milliliters, containing roughly 100 milligrams of caffeine per cup. So the daily caffeine intake would be around 300 to 400 milligrams. For espresso, each 30 to 50 milliliter shot also has about 100 milligrams of caffeine. So that's 3 to 4 espresso shots. This is the study dosage. Beyond this, coffee may harm the cardiovascular system, increasing arrhythmia risk. 8 or more shots of espresso or brewed coffee could increase the risk of arrhythmia, like atrial fibrillation. So it's crucial to watch your intake. Do you drink coffee? How much coffee do you drink daily? Comment below with your answer, where you're watching from, and how you prefer your coffee. I like to grind my own beans. Besides boosting brain connections, studies show coffee drinkers are more productive. That's why many companies offer free coffee. What's another benefit of coffee? Coffee is widely studied for its effects on mood. Research shows that safe doses of coffee can improve your mood. It not only boosts energy but also makes you happier. Moderate coffee intake also protects your heart, reducing the risk of heart attacks. You've seen that high doses can worsen effects, but at low to moderate doses, studies show a lower cardiovascular risk. Now that's interesting. Coffee is also studied for Parkinson's and Alzheimer's, potentially reducing dementia risk as a protective factor. When I say reducing risk, I don't mean eliminating it. Many say I drank coffee but still got sick. Coffee decreases risk. It's protective, but doesn't completely eliminate disease risk. Got it? Also, coffee may lower type 2 diabetes risk by up to 33%. A large study found that people who drank coffee at the dose mentioned earlier in the video had a 33% lower risk of developing diabetes. That's significant just from drinking this beverage rich in antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds. Hold on. There are risks too. Stay tuned to learn more, as coffee isn't all wonderful. Now, what about the liver? Let's discuss the liver. Studies have shown that coffee can protect your liver. They found that in patients with fatty liver, especially those with inflammation, medically termed steatohepatitis, coffee had benefits. In this case, coffee reduced inflammation by lowering liver enzymes, also known as TGO and TGP, or AST and ALT in some areas. So see how coffee can protect your liver. But coffee's benefits don't stop there. Studies show coffee drinkers have a lower risk of liver cancer. We've seen that coffee contains antioxidants that fight free radicals. And we know a diet rich in antioxidants can lower cancer risk. Look, I'm not saying eliminate risk, but reduce it. It's a protective factor. And one of the cancers coffee might reduce is liver cancer. Look at all these benefits. There are also natural anti-inflammatories, not just antioxidants, that can boost your overall metabolism. People often ask, can coffee treat cancer? No, that's different. I'm saying it may reduce risk. If it were that simple, everyone would just drink coffee and have no problems. Now that we've discussed coffee's benefits, let's talk about when to avoid it. I'll share 6 important situations. It's worth noting that number 1 is about coffee and high blood pressure. Coffee can raise blood pressure short term, but some people may experience a more pronounced effect. I recall a patient, a businessman who drank lots of coffee for meetings. He enjoyed its brain-boosting effects. He was 40. already taking 3 different blood pressure medications. When I talked to him, it wasn't helping. Besides the meds, I noticed he drank a lot of coffee. We decided to test removing caffeine. It won't boost memory or stimulate the nervous system, but it might help control his blood pressure without meds, reducing risks like heart attacks and strokes. We switched him to decaf, and his blood pressure improved significantly. Now, this patient takes no blood pressure medication and his pressure is under control. So it's really an individual factor. If you have high blood pressure, check how coffee affects you. I know many doctors say don't check blood pressure after coffee, but it's worth testing to see if you can drink it. The short-term pressure increase can be more pronounced and last longer. So we need to evaluate each case individually. What about you? What happens when you drink coffee? Does your blood pressure rise or not, or don't you know? In my case, it doesn't increase, so I'm fine. The second risk I want you to note is that coffee can reduce iron and calcium absorption. So if you have anemia, especially iron deficiency anemia, which is the most common type, and you're taking iron supplements or eating iron-rich foods like red meat, drinking coffee with meals or supplements can reduce iron absorption and hinder your treatment. Many people aren't aware of this. In my practice, I see patients treating iron deficiency anemia who drink a lot of coffee, which can impair their treatment. But here's some good news. If you have anemia and love coffee, you can reduce this effect by having coffee between meals, waiting 2 to 3 hours before or after eating. This significantly decreases coffee's impact on iron absorption. The same applies to calcium. Many with osteoporosis take supplements but don't improve. Too much coffee can reduce calcium absorption, so it's another point to watch. You don't need to avoid coffee entirely, but having it at different times than meals can help. The third danger is during pregnancy. In pregnancy, coffee isn't banned, but limited to 1 cup a day. On average, that's 100 milligrams of caffeine. Some studies allow up to 150 milligrams. I always suggest my patients limit it to 1 serving. 3 or 4 cups, larger amounts of coffee, especially caffeine, can cross the placenta and affect the fetus and baby. One of these effects is intrauterine growth restriction, so it's worth avoiding or greatly limiting coffee intake to what I mentioned, okay? The initial dose doesn't apply in pregnancy. It should be even lower. The fourth effect of coffee, interestingly, is on cholesterol. You've seen that coffee can even improve cardiovascular health. But there's a catch. If you have high cholesterol, studies show unfiltered coffee like espresso or French press can be problematic. Unfiltered coffee may contain diterpenes. These diterpenes can increase bad cholesterol or LDL. So monitor your cholesterol or use a filter. That way you avoid the issue. I love espresso, so I monitor my LDL. It's under control, so I don't avoid unfiltered coffee. If you're struggling with high cholesterol and drink unfiltered coffee, it could be harmful. In that case, it's not a good idea. It's worth using a filter, or you might need more meds due to increased bad cholesterol and cardiovascular risks. Not cool. Hey, this cholesterol tip alone is worth subscribing to our channel. Check out this interesting tip. Most people don't know this, actually. High blood pressure is talked about more often. But coffee's effect on high cholesterol, that's rarely discussed. Recent studies show how diterpenes affect this. The fifth coffee danger, it can worsen gut issues or stomach ulcers. Coffee doesn't cause ulcers, but it can make existing ones worse. Got it? Sixth, for caffeine-sensitive folks, coffee might trigger anxiety attacks. So it's like what I said about high blood pressure. It's individual. You need to see how it affects you. How can you get more benefits from coffee if you're not in the groups I mentioned? Remember, we're talking about coffee without sugar. If you want sweetener, natural ones are fine, okay? Stevia, xylitol, or erythritol won't harm your health. If you like milk in your coffee, go for skim milk. It's healthy too. If you're not lactose intolerant or allergic to milk protein, skim milk in coffee is fine. I prefer plain espresso, but if you like it with milk, that's okay too. To maximize the benefits, add a lemon slice. It's rich in vitamin C, an antioxidant, offering even more advantages. I also enjoy drinking coffee with cinnamon. Many studies show cinnamon may help with insulin resistance, potentially aiding diabetes management. While not conclusively proven, some smaller studies suggest these benefits, though more research is needed. Besides these two, There are many other strategies. Share how you make your coffee healthier and whether you drink it. Don't forget to mention your part of the world. How do people drink coffee in your city? I'm addressing viewers from various countries. Did you know other foods can help if you have fatty liver? Are there foods that harm those with fatty liver that should be avoided? In this video, I discuss diet, healthy habits, and fatty liver. It's worth watching. Until next time, take care.